I've had a few days to absorb this new track that we're going to talk about right now. And I've been watching several reaction videos, reviews on this track. And I basically want to put my own spin on it too, without sounding repetitive. Of course, what track am I talking about, must you ask? By the way, welcome to Metal Ben's Chronicles. Of course, we are talking about the brand new track, after 6 years, by legendary heavy metal band Iron Maiden. Needs no introduction. I don't even need to keep this review long. I'm just going to get right to the point on this new track and this invitation that Bruce Dickinson sent us all to a week ago, telling us to be there on July 15th, Thursday, July 15th. And don't bring your mama. That's basically what was said. But let's go into the track. On first listen, I felt like this track's kind of weak. Of course, when I listened to it, I did listen to it when the track dropped. I was pretty tired. I had worked a long shift at work, so I didn't quite absorb it right away, I guess. So on first listen, I was like, this track's really not that good. The production's not that great. But the animation video is very cool, very Mad Max-like. I like the whole Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse type of feel to it. I like how it's filmed like an anime, like an old school anime, I guess. It's really cool. Excellent video. But needless to say, I had a second listen to this track, and on second listen, I really enjoyed it. The music was starting to come in more. I liked the southern vibe in the beginning. Very focused, very western and southern rock sounding in the beginning. Maybe that's what caught me off guard on the first listen. I wasn't used to it, because Iron Maiden has never done anything like this before. It's really neat though. Then you get a little riff in there that kind of reminds me of a part in the Twisted Sister track Burn in Hell. Then it goes into a little Mother Russia type of thing. Then you get this great chorus by Bruce. And that's what really grew on me, is the chorus to this track. Can't you see the writing on the wall, And I hear a lot of people saying, Bruce sounds old on this track. Okay, he's 62 years old now. But to me, I think Bruce sounds great. To me, Bruce sounded old on The Final Frontier, which came out back in 2010. To me, Bruce sounds old on that album. On here, Bruce sounds great. Now, yeah, you're not going to get, Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, Power Slave type of vocals. But you get a more, mid-pace Bruce Dickinson here. You get a couple high notes here and there, But I think Bruce sounds good. I definitely think he sounds better than he did on the Final Frontier album, which was the album before the Book of Souls. So I know I'm kind of tracking way back to 2010 here. But all in all, I think Bruce sounds great. I really like this western southern vibe and this mixture of like that Burn in Hell, Twisted Sister little lick, and the Mother Russia little thing going on there, from, No Prayer for the Dying. I kind of like how that kind of mixes in there. But the thing I really love is Adrian Smith's guitar solo on this track. He does an amazing guitar solo in here. It's very emotional. You can feel the guitar solo. You can really feel it. It's definitely a really good Adrian Smith guitar solo. It's excellent. It's excellent. I think the band sounds good. Yeah, this track's not fast. It's pretty mid-paced. But now, the speculation is there going to be another Iron Maiden album? That we don't really know yet. Is album number 17 on its way? I would have to say yes to that. I don't think Iron Maiden would just put out a new song, for the sake of putting out a new song if a new album's not coming, And I know they're getting ready to do a world tour for Legacy of the Beast, the mobile video game they made quite a few years ago. The tour was canceled, obviously, because of COVID, but it's back on again from my understanding. So, yeah, I would have to believe there's a new Iron Maiden album coming. I guess we'll find out, right? So what's my ranking of this track? And I've had about 9 or 10 listens to this track already. I'm going to give it probably an 8.5 out of 10. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the Kevin Shirley production. I think Iron Maiden needs a new producer. And last but not least, I like the lyrical theme in this. It's very biblical, kind of, I think. And yeah, it's well written. I think it's well written for, what you would get out of modern Iron Maiden. No, you're not going to get Killers. You're not going to get Number of the Beast. You're not going to get Peace of Mind type of Iron Maiden. No more. They've moved on. It's kind of like Rush. Rush never went back and made another album like 2112. Or any other, band who has a really classic album. They never went back and tried to repeat that. Some did, and it didn't work out, Take Operation Mindcrime 2, for example, by Queensryche. It failed. It didn't work. But anyway, yes, 8.5 out of 10. I'm enjoying this track, and I am definitely looking forward to album number 17 by Iron Maiden. That's my review of this track. Keep it metal. And I'll see you guys around 9 o'clock for tonight's first episode of Sunday Metal Sunday, where I talk about my top 10 favorite vocalists. Not sure if anybody's going to join me in the stream tonight for this. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, keep it metal.